Okay, well, everybody, I don't really know how to convey my excitement for this. This is a very rare treat for the podcast. Deaf Crocodile was kind enough to introduce us to Calin Cazan, one of the filmmakers and animators behind two of their releases, Delta Space Mission as well as The Son of the Stars. Very humbled by this opportunity, Colleen. Thank you so much for making time for this today.
No, Chris, I thank you for you paying attention to our work. Thank you.
Yeah, I have to say, it's not only me. There are thousands of people who have now bought these Blu-ray editions of the releases from Deaf Crocodile.
Mhm. They are doing a fine job.
Yeah, they do excellent work, Craig and Dennis.
Yes,
And the restorations of these two films are beautiful.
yes, yes.
When were you surprised the first time you saw these restorations?
Uh, yes, and the surprise was when I have the news from Victor Antonescu, our teacher, our professor in animation.
Oh,
This was the big surprise.
he is the connection. They
Uh,
connected with Victor and then he told you that this was
I,
happening?
I believe yes. For the first time, I heard from him. From Victor
Wow.
Antonescu. Yes.
Okay. Well, in a little bit later, we're going to talk more about Victor Antonescu, but
Hmm.
maybe this is a good introduction. So, for, you know, I want to tell people there's a amazing interviews with you through the discs. So on Delta Space Mission and Son of the Stars, there's a really good interviews with you. You have an interview you've done on YouTube. So there's a lot of information as a background on who is Colleen Kazan. I would encourage anybody listening to go find those so that, maybe you can go deeper into you. But there's a few points, a few questions that I had as I was listening to those interviews that I wanted to talk about a little bit more. Um, and I thought, so I had a couple questions for you that are just a little bit of a going a little bit deeper into your background. And for me, I love traveling. I've always loved traveling. And I think it's very beautiful to hear people talk about their country and to talk about their culture more. So, is it possible you could give a little background into Romania? I think, people know it through maybe Dracula or or something,
Yes.
Transylvania, but
Yes.
this is a very beautiful country with a very rich history, and I think people would be surprised it's very close to Italian in the language, if I'm correct.
Yes. Well, let's see. The country has about everything. So you have the beach or the sea. You have mountains to climb. You have forest and everything. Well,
Wow.
the towns are not. I have a dog. I'm sorry. You have towns that are not so good now, but they are signs of old architecture.
Hmm.
Some made with the help of Americans. The palace of telephones and hotel, Intercontinental Hotel, was
Okay.
made with America, with constructors from there.
Mhm.
The language, we love to receive people. So we received the Romanian Empire.
Mm.
So we get the Latin from there, but with some Russian words.
Okay.
Uh, take the slave language, some words from Bulgaria in south, and we have the Hungarians. We work with them a lot, and we have some words from them. But the basic language is Latin. So
Okay.
Romanian is Latin, like Italian. Italian is closer to Latin, and like French, we understand each other.
Wow, that's amazing.
Mhm.
Um, so you have these cultural influences from so many close countries.
Mhm.
That's beautiful. Um, is it do you tr if you are born in Romania, if somebody is born in Romania,
Yes.
is it common to travel throughout Europe? Maybe go to these different European countries
Uh,
for a vacation?
Now, yes, and in these moments, a lot of people is traveling, and in Europe, but especially, Dubai, Qatar, Asia, some like Asia.
Dubai, and have you been to Dubai or Qatar?
No, 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 I'm too old
Oh,
for that. I'm, but a lot of Romanians are going there.
I my wife actually was a child
Mhm.
and she grew up in Dubai.
Oh, it's wonderful.
And so we went back maybe 7 years
Mhm.
ago, 8 years ago. We weren't there. Um, I call it a Disneyland for architecture.
Oh, that's
Every
wonderful.
Yeah, yeah, it's quite amazing.
Yes, the country is wonderful, and the people.
Yes, yeah, yeah. Every building is if there's probably 30 buildings in Dubai. If you pick them up and put them in a different city, it would be the most interesting building in that city.
Yes, you mean the modern architecture? Yes,
Yes, yes, yes,
yes,
yes.
yes. They
And
are on the top.
they're all next to each other.
Mhm.
It's quite amazing. Um, but that's a good lead in because you actually have a background as an architect, correct?
Yes,
Or I guess I should say academic training as an architect.
yes, yes, yes.
How did you get into architecture?
Oh, it's very, very simple. My parents and my teachers, my professors. Uh, what I am doing, from drawings to mathematics and physics and everything, and they decided to push me in there to architecture. I'm a very kind man, so if you tell me to stay in there, I stay in there. It's not, it's okay. So I went to architecture, I succeed. I finished the studies and you have something like that. For 3 years, you have to stay in one place because the state paid for your.
Yes, of course. Yes, yes,
Okay.
yes.
And after that, I heard about Victor Antonescu lessons. And there were, it was a contest. The contest, I succeed. I followed the school of Antonescu, and after that, I succeed, and he bring me in uh, Anima Film Studio in his team.
Wow, that's amazing.
Yeah, and for 2 years I work in his team, and when he started he was working on a series, Submarine Adventures. And when he moved to Cosmic Adventures, the direction you call probably CEO or something, the manager,
Hmm.
big manager, decided to make a contest. He was, the manager was a science fiction writer too, so he was managing the studio and writing books about science fiction. And
Okay.
he decided to make a contest
Okay.
and go a lot of people on this uh, the idea of science fiction. So it was a contest between us, me and Mircea Toia, Victor Antonescu, and the other two people. And we succeed, the team of Toya and me. And we go to make a series of science fiction.
Amazing.
And from this series, we made the Delta Space mission. And the next one was Son of Stars, the Son of the Stars.
Amazing.
Yeah,
I, what an amazing journey for you as a young man.
yeah, it's your life. The life push you to someplace, you know,
I,
to
I
keep.
really believe that actually.
Mhm.
I think we have a center and we can take different paths, but eventually we come back to the center. Um,
You know,
I
it's a joke about a Jewish guy, Itzik, a Jewish
okay.
guy. For 20 years, he went to the church and prayed God, God, please make me to win on the how do you call lottery? Huh?
Oh yes, yes, yes. Uh-huh.
Okay, 20 years and one day he, he was alone in the church, and suddenly he heard a voice, a very strong voice. He was alone, and the strong voice said, "Itik, give me a chance, buy a ticket."
Okay.
You got it? Buy a ticket to the lottery.
Give me a chance.
Yeah. So yes. So the life is full of chances. Just look at them.
Yeah, no, I think that's beautiful. In fact, I have a few more questions about
Yes.
what you're talking about, but maybe before I ask them, I'd like to introduce everybody to Victor Antonescu if they don't already know him. So he's obviously very famous in Romania and in Europe as maybe one of the leading animators. But he also worked with Disney on a few productions, correct?
I don't know that maybe on Matthias, but he not was not on his movies, on Walt Disney movies, and he worked also on Lev Atamanov. This one
Yes.
is from Russia, and he was a very talented man. Yeah, yeah, it's possible. I don't know.
How was it working with him so closely?
Uh, he tried to make our work easy.
Okay,
So he made a very good storyboards. He was working with us. I mean, he was making the animation. We were making the animation. It was working on the same project and corrections and help and about everything. It was very fine, very well to work with him. And he has a lot of ideas, even for our movies.
and if I remember if I did my research correctly, he was
Mhm.
born in about 1936. So that
Mhm.
means he has seen a lot of things in his life. Because Romania had a very interesting history between the 1920s and then 1989, a very complicated history, right?
Mhm.
So so Victor Antonescu would have been alive to see this entire history of war and conflict and occupation and then freedom. Um,
Mhm.
but when you talk about him in your other interviews, you talk about him as being a very funny person, a very happy person.
Yeah, yeah, he cannot stay have anger or something. He always make a joke about something.
That's
No, very funny and very intuitive and with a lot of ideas.
Wow, that's
It
amazing.
was fine to work with him.
That's very admirable.
Mm.
And did you and you talk about that you learned from that as well, and you tried to bring that into your productions also with your teams?
Yes.
That's wonderful.
It
What?
was a professor, a teacher for us.
Hmm. Why do you think humor works so well? Because the studios that you're working in, there's a lot of time pressure, right? So I'm sure many people feel
Mhm.
this pressure of having to work fast. Um, so why do you think humor works so well in that environment?
Usually, if you speak with a Romanian real one, it's a say that is saying like this: if something is going wrong, uh, some people in some countries are making revolutions. Romanian are making jokes.
Okay, I
It's like this.
think I think I would love Romania then. I
Yeah, I think so. Yes.
I like to make jokes too. It sounds very comfortable. Um, so okay, that's a great background. Um, now you won this contest and you started making Delta Space Mission.
Yes.
And this was in 1983 or 82, 83.
Something like this. Some in 80s.
Okay. In that time, there was still, I guess, Soviet occupation in Romania. Uh, but you talk about not occupation, but I guess it was part of the Soviet Union still, right? Um,
Not quite. They begin to live in 1960, something like that.
oh, it was just the government that was the same.
Yes.
I'm sorry, I understand.
Mhm. Mhm.
Uh, so, but the Delta Space Mission is very similar to a lot of Western cartoons.
Yes.
And so it's obvious to see you have influence from a lot of sort of American and Western cartoons. Was it easy to watch these cartoons in Romania, even in a
Yes.
more,
We have a very good link, very good. We received, let's say, the movies from America. In the same year, they were produced. They were launched in America. I mean, Space Odyssey. We saw this 2001. You know, it was we saw it a year after it was launched in America.
wow, okay.
It's like this, and on theaters, and after that on TV, but first on theater. A lot, and with cowboys movies or police spying movies or everything. You see?
That's amazing. So it was not the Cold War was not so cold.
No, no, it was okay. And we receive movies and from France and Russia, and we were open to them. But it's a market, you know.
Sure.
So
And
it was
what
okay.
did what was it that you liked so much about the this Hanna-Barbera style or this style of American animation? What did you like about it so much?
Uh, Hanna-Barbera, Disney
Yeah,
principles.
Disney.
There are 12, how do you call it, principles?
Yes,
12 laws invented by Walt Disney. And very, very good for work, for animation, for understand and made the animation. And we were working uh, following those laws. very smart laws.
Ah, okay. Wonderful.
And the procedure was the same. So, for example, we work in Romania on a retro projector for copying some animations. And when I went to America, I discovered the same retro projector in there, in a studio, in an animation studio, cinema concept. But
I think this is very interesting. So what you just described, there's a there's a lens shooting an image up onto a paper, right? And then you're
yes,
drawing a real image, but making it animation from that image. Is that right?
yes.
That's
So
fascinating.
we were filming actors. We take the film, the pellicula, put it into the retro projector, and
Hmm.
copying the silhouette, and put it the character on this silhouette, on this sketch.
Is this what you did for Delta Space Mission?
And for Son of Stars.
So there were real actors that were behind these characters for
Yes,
these movies?
yes, yes, yes.
Oh, that's amazing.
The majority of the scene. Yes.
Wow. Um, Are did they get to they got an opportunity to see these in production, I hope.
Mhm. You will
After
see
they
very clear in the Son of Stars. Very clear. It was a real movement of the character.
there's one moment in Son of Stars
Mhm.
where Dan is he's been on a planet for 12 years, and
Yes.
then Bob comes back and speaks to him in his
Mm.
the language he was born with. But he's forgotten this language by now because he's been in the this new planet for 12
Yes.
years,
Yes. Mhm.
and he's struggling to remember the language,
Yeah.
and his facial expression is very real. It matches what you're saying right now.
We had a very good actor. Is Marcel Iureș. He's a very talented actor. Very good one.
Amazing. Well,
Mhm.
okay, so I so you make uh Delta Space Mission, and it's not made as a movie though. It takes 3 years to make a series of shorts. Is that
Yes.
correct?
Yes.
Okay. And
Uh,
those played on TV?
yes. Each Sunday at about 12 o'clock in the middle of the midday. We had, about the production in Anima Film Studio. I told you. Hmm?
Yes. Well, maybe we should talk about that a bit more. So Victor Antonescu had some success from his films, and he started an animation studio called Anima Film, correct?
Not quite. He wasn't so strong to make a studio, but he was a very good director, and the Socialist Republic of Romania made the studio for animation. It was Anima Film Studio.
Okay,
Put
okay.
a director in there, a manager, and Victor Antonescu was one of the leaders, one of
Nice.
the and the director and leader of I don't know, syndicates, or stuff like this.
Okay.
Very important person.
That makes sense. And so then after you won the competition,
Mm.
they chose this Delta Space Mission to go on TV, and it played for 3 years.
Yes,
That's
and
yeah. Mhm.
so each episode we were making a series of short movies, and then after 3 years we put it together in the feature film. Yeah, the actual Delta space mission. Yeah.
But that's impressive because you must have uh, you must have had an idea what the story was going to be the entire time, right?
Yes.
Okay. So you made a script for the whole movie, but then broke it up into these
Hmm.
short pieces.
A story for the movie and broke it into episodes, into short movies. Uh, each episode, each short movie, has to have a start and an end,
Yes.
but the main action will go through the series. It's a
It's
little difficult to think so I have a scenario for the short and follow the long scenario for the
it's a
feature film.
very complicated puzzle.
Yes, yes, no, it's okay.
Who did most of the writing for these episodes?
Toya and me, it was ours. So we signed together and for the direction and for the storyboard, the screenplay and animation. We are working
Amazing.
together. We finish about 10 in the evening. It, it, it's fine. It was fine.
And and you were how far? Okay, so let's say an episode. So right now we're recording on a Monday. We're talking on a Monday, right?
Okay.
So if you were gonna make a new episode of Delta Space Mission for Sunday, this coming Sunday, is by today, is the episode already done, or are you starting today on Monday and finishing by Sunday?
Let me see. No, I don't understand that. I am on Monday. I have to finish an episode till Sunday.
So yeah, was it common for you to start new every week, or were you having a
No,
few
no,
weeks
not a big. We were working about three and something episodes by year.
oh, okay, okay,
Yeah.
okay.
So we were, and it was like this. We working on animation. We finish the episode. We start filming, and the next episode on animation. So uh, let's say Michataya was on filming, and I was on animation, or the other way. On
Okay.
when I was on filming, he was on editing, or lots of mix up. But we succeeded with the help from other people.
That
It was okay.
that makes a lot of sense. You know, people as people have been buying these Blu-ray movies from Deaf Crocodile,
Mm.
so many people comment on the animation, and I think they should comment on the animation. It's very beautiful.
Yes,
But I'm always surprised at the quality of the writing as well. Can you talk a little bit about the writing process? Because the script and the dialogue in these is it has a lot of really interesting ideas and it's very mature.
well, it's I don't know. Well, you have Toya and me, so there are two brains instead of one. The brains were pushed by the terms, by the time. They have to. And we have, I told you, the director and manager was a science fiction writer, and he was correcting us.
Uh,
And I don't know how to tell you. It worked. It's well, I cannot describe how I think about it. I just think.
no, it, it's very impressive. I think the writing in Delta Space Mission, I think, is very philosophical, uh,
Mm,
and there's a lot to think about. And as it moved to Son of the Stars, I think it also has a lot of philosophical ideas. But Son of the Stars to me felt like maybe more mature from a writing, from a dialogue, and from
Mm, yeah, maybe yes. Uh, 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 I can start from one thing. Did you see 2001 Space Odyssey?
yes, 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 very good movie.
So, in a scene, one of the heroes is sitting near a table, and on the table is something like uh, today is a tablet, laptop or something.
Hmm.
And he was speaking with the man from Earth, and it's a very new idea for that time. See,
Hmm.
a little screen on the table. We have it now, but then, and let's start it from here. So it was a conflict between in Odyssey, in a Space Odyssey, a conflict between the robot and artificial intelligence and the
Yes.
man inside, yes. And we take this and put it in another way. Let's say well, we had a tale like a,
Like a fairy
a tale
tale?
of a fairy tale, yes. Like the star of the evening star.
Okay.
It was a fairy tale about the evening star who fell in love with a princess,
Okay.
like entangled or something.
Uh-huh.
No, the princess in the balcony and the star is falling in love. We have
Uh-huh.
this fairy tale, and we put it here in the movie. So the artificial intelligence, the computer, discovered Alma, the reporter with the red hair,
Yes.
and fell in love with her. And Alma said, "Oh, he's so wonderful." So the, the computer tries to find Alma to discover what that means, wonderful. He didn't have it in his program. So this is the story of the Delta Space mission. See, the
Yeah.
computer fell in love with Alma,
Yes. 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 Yes.
something like this. This is for Delta, for Son of Stars. Sing about the story of Tarzan. So it's a boy left in the jungle by his parents, and was discovered by monkeys in Tarzan, and grow up and in our movie, the parents have to leave him with the computer on a planet, symbiotic planet, and leave to find Andra, another cosmonaut. And the boy, grow up in this situation.
Yes.
It's like in Tarzan.
It
Mhm.
it really shows too, because one of the other things about Tarzan is the boy becomes very fluent in the world of the jungle, right?
Yes, yes, yes.
And it's very similar in Son of the Stars. It's they have telekinesis, right? These
Mhm.
aliens, and
Mhm.
he adapts to it very well.
And communicating by thoughts,
Yes,
telepathy.
yes, yes.
Mhm.
Telepathy, yes, not telekinesis. I'm sorry, telepathy,
No,
yes.
it's okay. It's okay. And telekinesis.
And so it's yeah, I can see it now. That's an interesting connection to Tarzan. That you're exactly right. Um, but also it has a lot of elements of it feels very much like Star Wars as well.
Oh, thank you. Star Wars is a great movie.
Yes.
Yes.
Maybe it's a universal story in a way, you know. Even do you know the book Dune by Frank Herbert?
Yes.
even in Dune, it has a
Exactly.
story of a boy becoming acclimated to a new world, right?
Yes. Well, let's say in another way, there is a guy, let's say Asimov,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Isaac Asimov.
Yes.
He was telling things, problems, through his books.
Yes.
And I know I begin to watch now. Uh, some guys are making a series, The Foundation, from his book. See?
It's very true. Yes.
Yes. And so he was saying something that will be a problem in the future. And
Yeah, he tried
okay.
to warn us.
Yes.
That's true. Asimov had a series of books called Foundation. Have you come across those novels?
Yes. And the how do you say Imperium
Yeah,
and the Foundation.
yeah.
Yes.
I think for me the Foundation is my favorite novels from him. I think there's six or seven that are kind of in the main line. And he's such a brilliant politician and thinker, and I think it really shows in those novels. Um,
Go on this. Today is some kind of problem with the artificial intelligence. Go on him and see about either robots,
yes,
you know. So it's a series about robots and a very good series.
the three laws of robotics, right?
Yes,
Yes, no, no, no. He's a fascinating character.
yes.
Um, well, I think I want to talk about Son of Stars a little bit more, because I think it's such a beautiful picture. So, was it received well after it came out? Was it a successful production at the time when it came out?
In Romania, yes,
Good,
sure.
good, good. Um, it and did it go beyond Romania into Europe a little more?
This I don't know because we cannot follow the marketing. What I know is that we are solding movies very well in Arabia, in India, in South
Ah,
to
interesting.
televisions.
Okay.
See, and the Anima Film Studio were making a lot of money from this.
That's good. Did you see
I,
any of that money?
no, no.
No, okay.
It was in that time, before the 89,
Yes.
and we were forced to declare that we don't want any money from the marketing. We
Oh,
just
that's very interesting. Okay.
were paid just for just the salary and the scenario. Hmm?
That's very
One.
interesting.
Yeah, it's a politic.
Yes. That it's a little bit ironic for a socialist government to not share in the profits. There's a little bit of irony there.
Yeah, but no, I don't modify things. I'm not so powerful. And
No, no, no.
probably the money we're going to, I don't know, agriculture, mining, I don't know,
That's true. That's a
probably.
good point. Well, I'm a little curious. So, for me, my background is Czechoslovakian.
Oh, yeah,
My uh,
yeah,
my my
fine.
my mother's
Mhm,
side is fully from Slovakia, and
mhm,
sorry, excuse me. Her father was from Slovakia, and her mother was from Czech Republic. In
mhm, mhm.
nowadays, the way they're split up.
Oh, very
Um,
fine.
and
Fine
so I
people.
have I have a little bit of a background in Eastern Europe from
Mhm.
from hearing stories growing up and hearing about this Czechoslovakia and the way that it was back then. But I know that for Czechoslovakia, for Yugoslavia, for Bulgaria, for Romania, Hungary, Poland, 1989 was a very big year, right?
Yeah. Mhm.
Can you talk a little bit about being alive in 1989? Was that a very exciting time to be in those countries?
I didn't. A lot of things changed. A lot
Yes,
of people decided that they are better than that they want to be heroes, and I'm not this kind of people. So, for example, some of the guys in the studio decided to throw the director out, and I told them that this is the only one who can sign for our salaries. He was the only one person whose signature is recognized in the bank for our salaries. See?
oh, interesting. Okay.
So I succeed to save the director. This is, I'm a hero.
That's
No,
your that's your contribution to freedom.
yes, yes. And it was very difficult after that. We can move freely to other countries, but the production, the movie production went down, and I ran to the other side. I loved computers, and I saw in America. It was the Macintosh was started, but
Yes.
I came back to Romania. I bought a computer. I searched for an engineer to teach me to work on this, and I learned programs. And I went to another side of the animation, the video games. It was uh, they started a lot of people from France, Japan, stuff like this, other countries started productions in Romania. So I worked at
Oh,
yes, I worked at Ubisoft. It was from France, at Ubisoft
yes.
Romania, and Namco from Japan. And now I finished it by Amber, who is American Romanian production. Okay?
Wow, that's amazing. So what kind of video games did you work on? Did you work on sports games or fighting games or
A
what
lot
type of
of,
games?
for example, Silent Hunter, you know,
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
I work on those. At Amber, I have to remember to check the list. But a lot of City Interactive, it was I don't know, Heart of Darkness.
Yeah.
Uh,
Yeah, yeah.
I don't know, a lot of, let me see if I have it.
Oh no, it's okay. I was just thinking more of a genre. Like, was there a genre you worked in, or was it just anything that they needed?
Yeah, generally, or attack, or search, or something like this.
Hmm. That's amazing.
Um,
Yeah, yeah, video games have become such a powerful part of the industry for animation, right? There's so many jobs now in animation because of video games.
yes, let's see, Gladiators, iPhone, Catapult, Turnier, Island, Pac-Man. This is in Namco. In number, I don't know.
That's
Very bad.
amazing.
I have one of my own. Link Twin was my idea.
Oh yeah?
Rumble, yes. Rumble. Cinderella, when they start the movie, you know the new movie Cinderella with
Yes.
actors and everything.
Yes.
He was launched and with a game made by us in Amber. See?
That's amazing,
Uh,
Calin. What a legacy.
mm,
Um, do you for kids, if there's a 18-year-old now who wants to get into animation, um, do you have any advice for them? Having gone through TV, film, video games, so many different styles. Do you have any advice for somebody young who wants to get into this profession?
I will try to translate this is from Romanian is frate, frate cu dracu până treci puntea. Deci, be brother with the devil till you cross the bridge.
Wow,
So,
that's a powerful phrase. I love it.
yes, so if you have to go to a specific place to work, listen to your manager. Even he looks stupid to you. See, you have to work to do what he is saying. And after that, you move to another place. You will be recognized like a very good worker and talented one. And you will meet another manager and be brother with him. See, this is the advice.
I love your
And
honesty.
yeah, well, I feel it. I know how
Did
it
you
is.
did you ever get to cross the bridge?
Yes,
Good,
for every project.
good.
Yeah, so here will come to you, the CEO, COO, whatever, the manager came to you and this day, you have to do this kind of something, blah, 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 blah. Oh, okay, I'll do it. I'll do it. In the next day, he forgot what he said. Saying, you have to, okay, it's okay. Huh? And in the meeting, he said, why is that? Because you told me so. I have your mail, I have your documents, you told me so, so I did so. If you want me to change, I will change. It's okay. Mhm. And I met some managers and trust in me,
Mm,
like Antonescu, for example, like the guys in Amber, for example,
mm.
very just trust in me, and I did the job. I can work from home. It's okay. They are different managers.
Well, I'm glad you had some good experiences.
Mm,
It's funny because my job now is in technology sales.
mm,
And the way that you talk about your managers is there's a lot of parallels to my life.
mm.
I think maybe managers are the same in every job.
I have another one, but this is from editing, from drawings for books and everything.
Okay.
It was a manager who was retiring, and he make a how do you call it, a festin. Uh, he give us something to drink for his retirement.
Oh yeah, sure. Okay. Uh-huh.
And in this moment, he told us that he was how do you call it, achromatic. He didn't see the colors.
Oh, okay.
He was seeing only gray. So how comes? And he told us it's a very simple. I received on my desk the work of from a graphician, and I told him let's let it on my desk. And the graphician went back. I will tell you. And then he asked another one, and this one was coming in. What do you think about this? It's too much red. Ah, okay, thank you. He escaped from this one and called the first one.
Okay.
Listen, it's a little too much red. Can you? It's okay. Understand? So he used everybody's opinion. See,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
without getting angry with everybody, without making the other guys angry. See, it's a kind of direction, a good direction.
Interesting.
Hmm.
Interesting, interesting. Uh, that it's There's a lot of wisdom in that, I think.
It was,
To have it.
I guess.
Yes. Well, Colleen, this is, I think my goal, my objective for this interview was to let people hear the voice behind these two beautiful pieces of work.
Oh,
Um,
beautiful. Hmm.
I think that was accomplished. I love your stories. I'm very fascinated with your history. I think the world owes you gratitude for being
Oh,
a good
man,
boss
you are
and
too
making
kind,
people
Chris.
laugh. Yes.
Hmm. Chris.
Um, is there, is there any chance that you're going to complete the trilogy now and make a third movie in this universe?
No, I'm too old for that.
No?
I made two books about this, but I'm too old for that. I thank you for your thoughts, but I I just enjoy the nature.
Okay. Okay.
Yes.
Um, and well, th Thank you so much for the time today.
No,
Um,
I thank you for your attention. You're
of
very
course.
kind.
Oh, no, no. It's the pleasure is mine. Colleen, thank you so much. And if anybody is listening, there are standard editions. So, do you know the difference between the Son of the Stars and Delta Space Mission? They come with a paper around it, a slipcover, or they come without it, just standard
Mhm.
by itself. The slipcover is sold out. You cannot buy it anymore.
Ah,
But the standard edition with the disc is available. So I would encourage anybody to buy them both because I think they complement each other very well. Um, and and support animation in general because it's I think it's more difficult to be in animation today. But it's a lot of some of the most beautiful works in film history have come out of animation. So it's a very noble profession.
thank you, Chris. Thank you very much.
Well, thank you as well. And yeah, well, I'll talk to you later, I'm sure. Thank you, Colleen.
Have a nice day.
Okay, thank you. You too.
Bye.